Hey guys, Desi here, and I just want to go over today's trading day and kind of go over what I took and what I was looking at. So, in the morning, I did take a loss because I went long a little bit too early. However, once we came into this range here, we could be consolidating, and this was actually because we were in an hourly fair value gap. If you guys can see here, let me quickly draw it out for you guys. We were in this 1 hour fair value gap, and I still had a bull bias overall because the daily and weekly still looks like it is going to draw to that 4,200 area. So once price did push back into this fair value gap, I was looking for longs, and basically I just had to wait for my setup to form, and then we got that on the 1 minute chart. So before I even start, I want to show you guys the 5 minute as well. And what I want you guys to notice is there's some equal lows and equal highs that form, and they act as magnets where price basically wants to trend towards. So as you guys can see here on the 5 minute chart, we have these three equal highs. And once we do get some type of liquidity sweep to downside, and we're in this 1 hour fair value gap, that would be my ultimate target to take ES2 on longs. So let's break it down back on the 1 minute chart. So we had a low and a high that I was watching. So we had this equal high here, right, on the 5 minute chart. And then we also had this low here for sell side that I was watching to get taken out, and where we could actually, sweep this area and break up to the upside and actually take some longs. And now, just because it swept it, I'm not looking for longs right away. There's some things that need to happen, obviously. Like, fair value gaps holding, breaks the structure, etc. And also, I want you guys to notice, always mark out your take profits before you actually enter the trade. So in this case, I had only two take profit areas. So this one was actually my TP1, because once again, like I said, equal highs and lows act as magnets. And in this case, we had two equal highs. One was this 5 minute equal highs, and then we had this 1 minute equal highs as well. And if you guys are trading this and kind of don't know where price is drawing to, where we have equal highs and then we kind of have lows here, just wait for one to take out liquidity and form a setup to the opposite side. That obviously works as well. In this case, you got to look at the hourly. We are bullish because we are in a fair value gap, and overall, we did get this liquidity sweep, and I want to kind of go over this. So at 8:39, we came down, we took out liquidity here, and I was basically watching for any type of momentum candle back to the upside, signaling that this actually is a liquidity sweep. And at 8:41, we actually had this candle here where we created this fair value gap. Let's draw the fair value gap here. And then we also had structure where price was rejecting here. Right? So now let's go back over and see what we got. We have equal highs here, right? And you go back on the 5 minute, I'll show you these equal highs. We had equal highs here. We had our sell side getting taken here, and we created a fair value gap off this impulse move here, which this would be your entry for the best risk reward, in my opinion, on this trade. So let's go back. Let's go to long position, and let's set up our position. And remember, we're going to target these equal highs because those are areas where basically we do have, that magnetic pull to say. All right, let me get that. And there we go. So this would be the setup that I was watching and taking, right? I told the Discord, SPX calls here, and I'll have, the stop. I really don't use my stops on SPX. I just size, instead of having a 20% stop loss, I just size with a 20%. So I don't really have a stop on SPX offer options. However, on futures I do. So on futures I had this setup here. I took it on MES because I did take a loss in the morning and I didn't want to risk, more than 1.5% today. So we have this, and we have this another break of structure candle here. So if you didn't get in down here and you missed this, we do have another break of structure candle which creates another fair value gap, as you guys can see here. Price trades back into it, and then we actually take out TP1 at this area here. So at this point, I tell the Discord, keep your stops at break even, trail your stop loss or whatever you want to do. With this, I usually move mine to break even, but I actually expected this equal high to get hit around here. We didn't quite get that, and I actually moved my stop loss. Let's drag this across. Oops. Let's drag this all the way across. So I actually kept my stop under here, and as you guys can see, they actually took me out as liquidity because on the 15-minute, this was actually another fair value gap that it was bouncing from. So let me go ahead and delete all this. And you guys can see this 15-minute was actually a fair value gap because this 15-minute was also a break. This candle broke the structure on the 15-minute, which is why it created this fair value gap, if you guys can see. So this would be another break of structure on the 15-minute chart. We created this fair value gap, and we pretty much bounced off of it rest of the day. All right, let's go back on the 1 minute chart here. All right, and then yeah, like I said, that's pretty much the entire trade. You know, for futures, it's really easy to hold because you don't have data, you know, destroying your contracts. But I actually had my trailing stop here on ES. I had a +7 trailing stop, so it was, you know, I got stopped out on my rest of my position there. But you know, overall, our target did hit. We got exactly what I wanted. Those equal highs that act as magnets. It just took a little bit longer than I expected, and I didn't really want to be in the trade for that long because, you know, I had stuff to do. I can't be on the charts all day. But that's pretty much the trade we took. That's what I posted today on Twitter. I was like, do you guys understand what I'm watching? And a lot of people said yes, but some people had questions. So I wanted to make this video and kind of explain my whole thought process behind this. All it was a liquidity sweep. We created this impulse candle fair value gap. We had a break of structure. This break of structure created another fair value gap. TP1 would be at these highs here because they're equal highs. Equal highs act as magnets. And TP2 would obviously be up here on this equal highs on the 5 minute chart. I obviously didn't hold. I did trail my stop loss after TP1 did get hit, but this is actually, you know, a very, very good risk to reward trade on ES, and this is why I was saying the, you know, the price action today was pretty good. And the rest of the day was just pretty much search and destroy action on ES. That 15-minute fair value gap that I mentioned held up, and you know, we just decided to take out, you know, this buy side liquidity. This is a very good. A lot of people said this was choppy, but I actually enjoyed this price action very much. It was a good range, and you know, we actually got some fluid price action within the range. So I hope this helps, and until next time, I'll catch you guys.